Rodri's design. Mateo is also joining as a developer in the ABC advanced page. It has to be passed by the TEC, but I think it's going to benefit like us all. Like it will benefit like the TEC for sure, because the TEC will have a better representation of the curve. But then it will also benefit Common Stack, because like all this code will be forkable for future commons, and of course Gravity. Like if Gravity launch a commons, like it's also going to benefit Gravity, and it's like a project will benefit all us. And it's actually like pretty. We had a very good deal with General Magic, so yeah, they are only charging us $35 per hour, which is a very good deal on developers especially. And yeah, pretty happy. And also like the spreadsheets, Trex is working, it's moving smoothly. Now Communitas also finished the sheet, so we're only missing comms, sample, and yeah, get the laser tag and reward. That's something I have to do, but I'll do it for sure this week. So yeah, things are moving great. Yeah, I'll pass it to Juan.
Well, I have a lot of jet lag still. Today I woke up at 4 a.m. and I haven't been able to sleep, but I will try to sleep in the afternoon. So I am like very cloud minded, and but things are flowing. Every time I see more and more how Gravity can provide services to other communities and charge for them. We are finalizing to receive the second part of the payment from Aragon, and there we are having a training for for their community besides the Graviton training, and we are also offering the mediation services. So yeah, things are moving. Also talking about the page, thinking about the second proposal of Gravity. So a lot of things happening. Always trying to deal with this fast-moving world, but I'm happy and motivated.
Will you pass it on?
Mert?
Thank you, Juan. So things are moving very well, on especially on the proposed inverter side. Like me and Chewy just wrote an article explaining why we are developing it and like how we are developing it, kind of questions. Like I would love to share it on chat for peer review. Please feel free to do so. Regarding the other sides of development, like the design work and UX, it's going very well. Like it's almost completed. So we will start workshops and I will invite you guys as well. And regarding the Omega, I feel kind of Omega has to take a different path because like we don't have enough full-time contributors. We have lots of things that is being discussed, but not really have commitments. So maybe as like ethical committee kind of thing, maybe Omega One will try to seek like external funding for with grants, or like I cannot imagine, maybe it needs to take another path because like for example this library project, like some people has been doing some work but no one is like full-time here, so at the end the work is not very high quality that needs to, and also like lots of bureaucratic backlashing. So that's my frustration about it. Like maybe like in a DAO it's kind of silly to frustrate about this thing but do the thing that you want to do. But again, like it's not my full-time job now, so I'm kind of confused about what needs to be done. Maybe we need to like talk with Stewards sometime, like what we can do like we did in labs. But one thing I want to do differently, sorry for being talking so long, but I just want to deliver something in Omega. Like I'm feeling kind of bad, like talking, discussing, doing something and not delivering anything. Of course, maybe we can somehow not focusing on delivering and doing process, etc. But at the end, we want to deliver something. We want to do a meaningful work. So my base point is that maybe we can sometime discuss how to revive it or like how to change its shape kind of questions. I would love to bring actually. But it's also keeping in mind that it's very centralized opinion of mine. Like maybe some of other contributors are not thinking like this. And I will pass it on to you.
Mitch, temperature check. Would you like to go?
Temperature check. I thought we just had a temperature check, man. Has it already been a week? Yeah. Feeling a little bit chilly. I don't know. I feel like we are stuck not making any progress with like improving the reward system. I didn't get like a full checkup on the proposal inverter. I had to leave early. And so I'm just like out of the loop for that. And I'm not sure if there's any progress being made to deal with like our money issues. So I'm like feeling kind of chilly, honestly. I don't know if anyone's left.
Did you arrive safe to Barcelona at least?
Yeah, it's hot here.
It is hot.
Physically, I'm very warm right now, but yeah, I'm in the Gibbeth house right now on the terrace.
So you are next door to me. All right. My turn. So temperature check. Yeah, it feels, as Mitch mentioned, it feels a little bit chilly. I guess it's just normal. We will slow down, and it's just weird to learn to handle how it's weird to handle slowness when we have been used to like quick everything meeting everywhere. So it's interesting change of pace. But yeah, I will say chilly. Anyways, so a few reminders for everyone. I guess this will be a short call since there's not many of us. But a quick reminder: if you have updated the spreadsheet for vacation dates, some folks have. So please, if you haven't, please do. So this is just a gentle reminder. Besides that, we have two proposals up in the forum. Up in the gardens. So I'm hoping you guys have voted. We have one for comms regarding the stewardship that covers June to November, and they are requesting 6,000 RAP XDAI. And the other one is for Comunitas second term funding proposal. We are requesting 13,000 RAP XDAI, and it covers from July until September. And yeah, that's pretty much the two proposals. So Septi, Mitch, Juanca, if you haven't voted, please go and vote in any of these two proposals. That will be highly appreciated. And does anyone have any question regarding these two proposals before we keep going? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Moving on. We will have the next T Academy intro. That will be covered by Nate on July 14 at 2 p.m. UTC. Eventually, well, maybe, yeah. So that one should be done. There are a few conversations since we are here, and we were talking about that. Mitch, regarding the proposal that you put up on the forum, is there anything you would like to do with that down the lane?
Okay. Well, I guess continue debating it and then probably put up a snapshot. Yeah, I think yeah. We'll leave it at that.
I think is it me, or is anyone else having issues listening to Mitch?
I think it's you, Edu.
Oh, it's me. Okay. That's sad. I had this suggestion, Mitch, for you to like host this kind of conversations on the labs, but more oriented to build rather than just metaphorical conversations. Do you want to take on that? This is something that you will be interested
Why
in?
would it go to the labs? I don't understand.
Because the labs has always been like an experimental space. Anything it's allowed. So I felt it will be a learning opportunity for people, like just to understand how rewards work in an informal way by building proposals like this one.
Hmm. And nobody's currently like taking care of labs right now, if I understand.
Nope. Exactly.
Okay. So that doesn't seem like a good space.
I mean, the times can be changed. People are looking for spaces to learn about these kind of things. We are not talking about philosophy or community building. We are just talking about rewards and data science part of that. So I think this is very interesting for people, and I think it's a technical output that we don't have many options to learn from. So that's why my suggestion was to do it in the labs.
Hmm. Okay. Well, yeah. Anyway, it doesn't change the content of the discussion. But I guess like we can always build more stuff for people to play with it and be more interactive. But I think the conversation is more about the principle rather than the analysis.
Yeah, I think it's we don't have a lot of engagement usually in the forum, so it's just to have these kind of sessions to gather some information from people and just be able to build a better proposal for a snapshot, basically.
Okay. Interesting. Can you guys still hear me?
Yes, we can. I
Yeah,
cannot
we
see
hear
you.
you.
My camera freezes and stuff. I don't know.
Yeah, but we can hear you.
Okay, wonderful. Well, let me think about it. My main hesitation is like I could continue to keep doing like work and building analysis and then like nothing might even come of it. So if the majority of people don't agree with it in principle, it's like it seems like it'd be a waste of time to like build the spreadsheets and do the analysis just for people to disagree with it entirely.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree what you say with the effort being wasted. That's why I think that rather than think in a win or loss situation, it's how we can get the best out of these processes. Maybe the result that you propose is not the one that will be on the snapshot, but we can have a building like a building for that proposal.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm thinking about this as not only as a healthier governance process, but also as a learning experience for people who, are interested in learning about how we balance rewards and what are the basis of doing these changes and how it will affect the ecosystem and so on.
I actually think the other way around, like the analysis, like the rewards crew and you, especially Mitch, with the help of Navin and CY, are doing. I think this is incredible work, but what I feel like what we're missing, like we get all the information, but we are not critical with it. Like I feel like what we should do is like, okay, we get this analysis. Like, what do we think it's good? What do we think it's bad? How we improve it? And I think just simple comments on the forum. Like I think even I think this one is perfect. Like this is great. I think this is missing some parts. And having discussion, and then having like what you were suggesting on the forum post. I think it's a good first step. Actually, like to make the actual engagement with new people, and and people is actually engaging with the forum thread. So I think that this is going good. Yeah, the only thing like I feel like we should keep pushing, and I think it's wasted effort. Honestly, I think like you guys are doing a very good job there.
Okay. Well, I mean, to Edu's point, like this is the first time that I've kind of like gone a little bit harder into the data and like started like actually running numbers and getting percents and like, okay, looking at like, okay, how many of our contributors actually like are eating up the rewards, you know? So like we say it's big and then it's like 55%, you know, which in my head I was looking at, I thought it would be like 70 to 80%. So I can see the merit in doing like a more data-driven approach. And at least if we can start a discussion and like maybe get some people who want to like actually look into this like wealth of information, like you're saying, Zep, like we do the review sessions and they're like kind of like light and brief because we only have an hour, but actually to like do some spreadsheet magic with all the stuff we have, I think would be interesting.
Yeah, and I think that's why I mentioned TC Labs, because I feel it doesn't have to be on Fridays. It could be at any other time. We can reschedule to any other time that fits your agenda, and I can just cut her people to join the call. But the idea would be to, like, if you have analysis, and you already done this job or you're already doing this job, and then it's just like, you know, I think there is such a positive aspect on education and educating about these technical aspects to people, even if they are new or even if they are old. You know, there are so many things that can be learned from this, like even from the analysis, even to understand the percentage of contributors, even to understand how rewards are done. Like there is an entire possibilities for people to, because right now, and the conscious my conscious mind from this comes from the idea of we have so many cultural aspects and so many things that are very important for us, but then this part, we only have like 2 calls or 1 call where we can have these conversations that are more technical. So I felt like having a loose space and where we can just invite people to comment on and build based on these sessions, it could be really powerful. That's my thought.
Well, I'll think about it. I might choose to do it in the rewards. I don't know. I feel like if I touch anything on the labs, they'll be like, oh, this guy, he could be in charge now.
Yeah, I won't. For me, it's something that shouldn't be like that. For example, I will ask Nugen from time to time to also join, and because he's doing the posts, or Christopher. There is. I don't. This thing that we get attached or written in stone. If someone do something, I don't think it's healthy. So I would encourage not you to be the one
Sure.
always doing.
Anyway, it's just a detail, but I think I know what I understand what would be helpful to do, and I think I'll just choose which way is best for me to do it, or which way I want to do it.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay.
Right. Septi, do you have something to say?
No, I actually think like this is a great idea, and if we start doing those things, like I think later words are going to be more accurate. Like if we start questioning everything and how to improve it, like if we do it weekly, I think it's going to take better shape for sure.
Yeah, I would almost prefer to change the theme of the review session because I mean, very few people have been going to it, so I think something in the format is not appealing.
Yeah, maybe I sense, and this happened to me. I feel it doesn't. It's not appealing because sometimes at least to me, I cannot speak for anyone else, but at least to me, it sometimes feels like a technical call where I won't understand a lot of stuff. So maybe the way it's communicated.
It's not a technical. It's like a very like fuzzy call. It's like, what was your feelings about the quant, Edu? What did you learn about the TEC? It's like not technical at all. But I think it's just redundant because it used to be really helpful when we were user testing, and it was really helpful when people were learning how to quant. But people don't. They know how to do everything now, and the dashboard is stable. So
yeah, I think it could be evolved to something more appealing for people to engage.
That's great.
I think
those are good ideas.
We should make it more technical. I think like it's actually it would be a great idea to make it more technical. Like not not to make a variant or anything. Like I think like if we make it technical, that means like we are analyzing the data and moving things forward.
Well,
And
we're missing technical stuff anyway. Like this is what we're saying is we need technical people. So if we give them something to chomp on, I think that's a good incentive.
yeah, for sure.
Okay.
And I think like if you also like make like this, like if you make like instead of review analysis or something like that, it's like also more appealing to people, like just to sneak there and see what how the rewards are doing and how to improve them. Or I don't know, like at the end of the day, it's money and people care about money, so I think it would be an attractive goal.
Okay. Well, I have a lot of ideas, but we can carry the discussion, or we can let Edu go with the agenda.
Sure.
Or we already. Okay.
We are almost on the end of the agenda, but I want to welcome Durgaras. Hello. We are on the Stewards weekly call, and we are short of people, so we are going very fast on the agenda. Is there something you would like to talk?
No, I just like to show up to these and listen.
Nice. Septi, just to recap, you mentioned that the spreadsheet for transparency, the master sheet, there are some working groups that are missing. You mentioned sample comps. Is there someone else that's missing from?
No, only those two. I mean, sample technically they didn't need any money distribution, so it's like missing but not missing. And then comms, we need comms, and comms is pretty heavy because they have so many multi-6, but it's the only one. And then we should include rewards, and then when we include rewards, like we will for sure know how much everyone's making, and with other analysis. But then it's also like the master sheet is being advanced, and today we're actually presenting it on sample, like Rex is presenting it on sample, like just to gather some feedback. Like like Rex built it, then we had some advice process in transparency. Now we are going advice process on sample. So then like the job is, accomplish his mission was serve sample.
I have a question, Septi. Since are we tracking milestones that were placed on the funding proposals? Like, for example, if a working group plays an expectation to accomplish something, are we tracking that or on that spreadsheet? Because I felt that there are some categories that will be better explained if we link to the result of that. For example, service or a proof of work, let's say in a way. Is that something you have in mind?
I mean, with the audit, what we did last time is like, okay, the working groups use this amount of money, and this is what they say they accomplish. Even if it was said in a community call, if it's in the forum, but yeah, basically like how they use the funds. Like that was what we were reporting in.
Yeah, but I mean in a more tangible way in the spreadsheet. Like, for example, if you say you provide a service or it's a bounty, just to provide a link on the note section or something along those lines, to have something tangible and accessible.
Oh, you mean like the payment and the blocks of transaction?
I mean on the spreadsheet that they want for sample community, that's like all this spreadsheet with expenses that you are building to have on the notes or on a different column that says proof of work regarding certain categories that, for example, bounties, services, all of these that can be proved because it was not an administrative task or it was not something abstract. We could keep track of those kind of things as milestones, for example.
Yeah, but it's hard to do it on the spreadsheet though, like milestones. Like what we're doing, and I accept any feedback to improve, it's like we get all the expenses and everything like detailed in the spreadsheet, and then we say this is the milestones accomplished by the working group, but we say that in the audit, and then people can compare one thing with the other and see if the money was being used efficiently or not. Actually, like you should join like the one that's in the forum.
So I think I'm not explaining myself properly. So this is a spreadsheet, and my suggestion is that, and this is my guess, and this could be completely changed, of course, but like, for example, if I go to the category, if I see a general spreadsheet and I go all the category administration, Okay, but if I go to the category service or bounties, it will be nice that if I click on bounty or service, then on nodes, I will have the proof of work for all of these tangible categories. Does it make sense what I'm saying? On the nodes section.
Yeah, but this is already being done. Yeah, this is done.
Okay, that was my question. All right.
But
Okay.
but then like a bounty is done by a person, but then in the audit we judge like the whole working group. Like in the spreadsheet, like you can judge. Okay, we spend 1K building this Dune dashboard by the transparency working group. Boom, this is here. But then in the audit, what we do? Okay, transparency in 3 months, boom, 10K. Okay, for those, what the working group accomplished with those 10Ks? Like they got recordings, they got the dashboard, they got this digital security thing, blah blah blah. And then it's up to the people to judge if that was a good use of the money or not.
But then why are we personalizing salaries and stuff? I'm
This
just
is something. Yeah, this is something like people was curious about, like especially like I. It was a forum post like Manu was asking for money on their words, and I was like, "Hey Manu, you're the guy who is getting more money." And then like people was like, "For real?" Blah 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 blah. And then like people start to take interest on how everyone is making. Then we make a forum post, a snapshot vote where we like most of the people say yes on make salaries public. The only one that put differently was Griff that he abstained. So yeah, I don't know if that answers your question, but that's the reason we are tracking salaries. And also, I think like no, sorry, I actually continue over here. The thing is like I see commons like public goods as governments when they have money and they're using the money of the people. That means like they are the government is transparent how they are using the money, or at least that's what they say to us. So yeah, we're kind of modeling that. So I really think it's important like to keep the community accountable actually.
Sure. Shui, welcome. We are on the weekly sync of the Stewards. Do you have anything to check? Anything you would like to share? We are on the working groups updates. So, is there anything you would like to share?
Yes, Edu. Sorry to be late. Temperature check. As I've been saying the last few weeks, it's like I mean, depends on where you're standing. You could call them confusing times or maybe like transitioning times, but I feel that communications in general is going through just like these open questions about how are we going to adapt, how are we going to survive like the next months, how can we support each other. So I don't want to assume it's like one way or another because it's different with everyone. I already had like two like direct messages today. It's like, do you think we could talk about like this proposal or which direction this is gonna take? It's just like I think it's a little bit confusing. So regarding the working group, I feel that I mean there's no way in which we don't like come out stronger on the other side. Especially because everyone can be part of the decisions. But like going through this process, I feel is going to be a matter of patience and just a lot of guidance and support. So yeah, just like as an open CTA, I would suggest like if you see any contributors in communications that are doing a great job, please take the time to praise them and yeah, just like to show some open appreciation and recognition in the community for what they're doing. And yeah, I guess that's a good temperature check on communications. And I'll pass it back to you, Edu.
Thank you. So, is there anything that you would like to share with the rest of us regarding comms specifically? Any item or anything? We already shared the gardens proposal and requested support for that. Besides the proposal, is there anything else on the sides of comms that is important to know?
I mean, we're doing pretty good with the last proposal that we uploaded, which is the comms stewarding proposal. I also feel that there's going to be eventually a lot of support for the T Academy team proposal, which is about to get posted to the for advice process. But yeah, maybe just on my side, I would like to point out that just like we are still like exploring ways in which we're going to be using these funds. I mean, of course, they have to deliver what it's expected of them, which is like stewarding and coordination leading. But at the same time, I feel it's a good time to explore just different like responsibilities and in forms of like not falling into this mistake we're trying to reflect on, which is like stewarding should be something. Should it be compensated, or should it be like something more like vocational within our community? So I feel that it could be a good idea to open these funds to be like discussed in the way it's going to be used, and I feel it's a good opportunity to explore and to approach stewarding and coordination leading as more decentralized and rotationable roles. I don't know if I'm explaining myself and or if this idea is making it across, but yeah, I feel that we are prepared for the next months in taking some tough decisions, but being one of the working groups with more contributors, be together and make it through as a community. I feel the cultural build of the TC plays a huge part in there.
Thank you, Shui. Does anyone have anything to share with Shui or to respond to him? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Juanca, is there any updates on the side of gravity?
Yeah. I was been sorry. I have been talking with Septi, and we are talking about starting to think about the next proposal that we will submit to the TC. In that proposal, some of our focus would be to make our token economy in gravity, and also, well, I'm really happy that we've been one of the working groups who have received external funding, and that the community that we are giving the service to is receiving in a good way our contributions. The Aragon community is starting to move better and to understand better the flow of gravity, and I think that would also be good for future clients. Yeah, I think that things are going well in that sense, but right now there's a saying in that is like you kill the tiger and you're afraid of the skin, and like right now what we need is to continue looking for new communities to offer our services, finish the website, and start thinking on this token design, so we start building the commons that we aspire to be around conflict management.
All right. Thank you, Juanca. And Merit, I see that you are back, and there was a topic that I think we can take and dedicate the last minutes of this call, which Merit mentioned at the beginning of his temperature check, which was the idea of maybe Omega having a change of path. Merit, would you like to? Do you have any specific question for the folks who are here? Anything you would like to use as a sounding board? Merit, if you are talking, you are muted, so we cannot hear you. Or I don't know if you are up in the phone and you cannot still listen to us. So I will count down to 0 and let me know if you can mute yourself. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. So basically, what he quickly mentioned is that he wants to find a way to revive Omega in a way to make it more dynamic, and to also maybe try to seek some external funding. So if anyone have any clue or any suggestion regarding this, please hit up Merd so he can have a conversation with you guys. So we are at the end of the agenda. So I'm gonna open the floor if anyone wants to ask, suggest, or comment on anything before we close up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. With that being said, then we will close the call 20 minutes earlier. And with that being the case, thanks everyone who joined today, and I look forward to see you next Tuesday.
Thanks, Edu. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, Edu.
Thank you, Edu. Take care, everyone.
See you on the Graviton training.